G'day guys, welcome back. We had a bit of a derp moment for the next few episodes, so we're going to be narrating over the whole thing. So at some point I'm going to run out of things to say, but at the moment we're just scanning around looking where we're going to go next. I'm pretty sure we're going to head over towards Heft. And yeah, there's still some guys getting beaten up over here and what have you, but yeah, we had a little bit of music to the start, so hopefully you guys like that, and we'll see how things go from there. Now, if you do like any of this sort of stuff, I mean, leave a comment. At the moment, I'm chasing any sort of feedback I can get on this sort of stuff. And so this is going to be a little bit different, obviously, because this is my first narrative over these things. I cannot remember what the hell I was pointing at there. I record these things at night, and I usually go for about 2 hours. And for some stupid reason, this particular night, my microphone was completely muted the whole bloody time. So GG, noob mistake. But we've all got to have them from some point. But good news is the squad's slowly getting better. I'm pretty happy with that save we had with the squad wipe. That was a little bit hectic, you might say. Now coming over this mountain here, we see a couple of guys closing in. So there they are. I think there's some dust bandits. Now with the dust bandits, that sort of stuff, I was actually talking about them in this video a little bit, saying that they're actually a lot easier, generally speaking, to actually take on than the Hungries, because the Hungries are like 4 and 5 defense for their attack and defense, whereas with the dust bandits, when they're wearing their helmets and like this one's wearing a tin can, it's -5 to all his attacks. Then he pulls out his chopper, which is -4 to attack, so his stroke got -9 to his attack. They've normally got about 9, so that guy's standing there swinging at you with 0 attack. Um, it's always a good way to go. 0 attack is just, yeah. Now there, Horseweed I think took down his first guy. No, he's still fighting him. But yeah, Horseweed actually got a skill off of his very first couple of strikes. So he's actually got 4 now because his weapon gives him +3. And he's got his first kill. Congratulations, Horseweed. Now I'm pretty sure at the moment too, I think Valpyria's actually run out of tax research. Now I was thinking about buying another guy back at Brink and buying another place to actually set it up so we could continue with the second wave research. But as it turns out, I basically just thought it was going to be too much to jump back and between them all the time. These guys just stand around here doing nothing. I figured it was better just go off, explore the last 2 towns, and then get back to town, or back to Brink. And then from there we can build our own base or whatever's going to happen. But yeah, as I say, I'll talk about pace and keeping fast. I mean, I don't like running slow, and like when you guys first start off, they can't carry anything that's heavy. But eventually, once you get your strength up, yeah, you can carry heavier stuff, but you're still going to run a lot slower, just because of the athletics effects. And obviously, the higher grade stuff you can get, the better it's going to be. At the moment, we're actually running up to this little temple there, which we just kind of highlighted. In there's the only place you can get the blueprint for the ninja rags that we're wearing, that we keep stealing from the sand ninjas. So once we get that, we can actually then obviously craft our own, and they'll actually be better quality than the ones that we're actually currently wearing. Now these guys are currently having a little fight, so we get involved in on that as well. As I say, the more safe combat you can get, yeah, the better it's going to be. Now, one thing I did realise with the whole episode 10 incident, especially with Double, when Double was passed out in town and dying, and as I said that the guards refused to heal him, is because of my relationship with them. Obviously, because at the moment we don't have any relationships, and the game seems to be suffering with developing relationships of any kind. they just don't seem to be able to grow your relationship with anybody. My previous playthrough on Kenshi was actually as the old soldier. So with that, you are 100% friendly. Like your relationship with United Cities is 100. So if any of my guys get beat up in any United Cities town, they'll run out and heal me straight away. Well, not straight away, but after combat's done, they'll run out and heal. So that's what the problem was there. So working on relationships is a good thing, but it does take a long time to do it. And as I say, at the moment with the experimental version of Kenshi at 0.69.2, it doesn't seem like you can get your relationships up at all. Yeah, I messed around with my other playthrough once I upgraded to the experimental version, and I went to try to get friendly with Fisher, which is that little place we spoke about earlier, and I could not raise my relationship to 1. It derped out and would not get above like 0.88 something 4 or something. It was, yeah, no matter what I did, no matter how many times I healed them, how many times I put them in bed, it didn't make any difference. Now here we're actually heading up onto Skinner's Rome, which is another Holy Nations place. It's a really kind of annoying place to get in onto, because you actually got to run halfway past it, then come back up the hill. So it's kind of a little bit annoying, but yeah, it still works fairly well. And we're about to have some more combat in just a moment. This guy here, he's not one of the travelling adventurers, or whatever you want to call him, Adventurers Guild. And he's, yeah, a little bit outnumbered, you might say. So we've come in to help him out. And look at them come charging straight at us. But yeah, as you say, the team's getting better. So we're doing a lot more green damage now, we're taking less red. At the moment I saw these guys closing in, and because a few of our guys are going 2-on-1, I've selected on these guys to attack them so we can head them off at the charge, so they don't go run straight into the middle of our guys, and all of a sudden get extra red damage because they're doing, they're striking through and hitting multiple targets, because we're all bunched up and they run straight into the guts. So that poor Soto in a little bit of trouble, because she is now facing 2. But it all seems to go fairly well. I was also talking about some of our stats and stuff, like, our stats are slowly getting better and better. Like, I think Flick now has, about 10 attack, I think. She's got like 14 defense. And Blood's around at about 13, if I remember correctly. So, I did actually film this a couple of days ago. But, yeah, I've got to wait for the family to go to bed before I can actually start talking, otherwise it's just too noisy. Kids and stuff, it just doesn't work. But it could work if you guys don't mind, hooting and hollering in the background. Now, when this battle comes to an end, we heal our guys up, and the adventuring guild guy, he's actually passed out. And we get there, we come over, and we start healing him with blood, and the guy's bleeding like a truck. It's ridiculous. He's actually healing himself once the fight ends. And here I'm showing you guys that we've got no research we can do at the moment until we get to level 2. But yeah, you can see him to the left there. He's actually bandaging himself up. And then I look at him and he's just bleeding. He's got that many cuts. It's like the death of 1,000 cuts right there. He's bleeding like a truck. So I've healed our guys up. We run blood over to actually help this guy out. But it doesn't really help him a lot because he's just bleeding profusely. I mean, it's just dashes across the board. We get blood to go over there and start healing. And it still just dashes. And obviously, once you get the negative 75 blood, you guys are dead. That's it. There's no getting back up. So I actually grabbed Flick, get her to come over and help as well. And I think he still gets down to like negative 45 or 50 or something on his blood. So if Flick wasn't there, well, if we didn't get the second guy over, I don't think we would have had enough medics or medic from blood to save him. But as you see, they're slowly dropping down at the moment, and this, yeah, it was, yeah. So we actually picked this guy up after this and go for a little walk with him. I was just going to take him back to town, drop him in bed. I know I say that the reputation building doesn't seem to be working at the moment, but meh, you might as well try it. Otherwise, you never know what's going to happen. You know, it might stack. I don't know later on. But yeah, when I was looking at this guy, I was actually, I mean, I heard rumors about better quality gear with the experimental version, and this guy, everything this guy's carrying, apart from his ninja pants, which is just standard, are actually standard grade. Apart from that breastplate's high grade, and it's worth about 5,000 cats. Yeah, that's I'm like, wow, this is high grade. I've heard about this, rah 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 rah. But obviously, I was talking to myself and nobody could hear me. And I'm hoping that in the near future we will be able to craft our own high grade stuff. Because at the moment, once we do like 2 researches of an item, once you've got the blueprint, apart from weapons, that's it. You can't go any higher. But if we can get a high grade and that sort of stuff, it's going to make obviously make our guys a lot better. The better defense, that sort of stuff you can get. It's all better. So there we go. We got blood to pick up. That guy, I can't remember what his name was. It might have been Tyran or Folk. I can't remember. It was only a short one. But I can't really see it very well from this little picture I'm looking at. And then I'm trying to explain to you guys that that's the way you got to go up. Up over here, go up over there, around the corner, etc, etc. And then Blood starts getting attacked by some other random guy charging in. And Horseweed's a bit slow as well. He's got a sore leg, so he's not moving very fast, which is kind of good because he was there for Blood. So I've got Blood to turn around and attack this guy even with the guy on his shoulder. And this is the only guy I could see at the moment. So I was like running the group back, and then I turn the camera and I see the rest of this guy's mates coming in. So I get Horseweed to go attack the guy that Blood's on, and I get everybody else to run over to the other group that's coming in. You see him coming down the dune there. So there's one that's a little bit closer. So get everybody run off over that way. I think that guy changed direction. Nope, and there's another guy's coming in. I think that other one just came in and just woke up. But yeah, they're training in. So yeah, did the other thing where everybody was ganging up on more than one. So just right click on the guys coming in and attack all, so they can spread out a little bit, stop the charge of red damage coming through. But it didn't work too well because we just took a fair few red hits there. And Blood's getting creamed, holding onto that guy on his shoulder. And at some point here, I didn't see when it happened, but the guy on his shoulder disappears. So I don't know when, and we get all derped up in a recovery position. And then we can't move. So I'm trying to see where that happens now. But I've lost where I was. So we actually lost the adventuring guild guy because I don't know where he went. Because it's after the combat's finished, I noticed that Blood's all derped out and the guy's gone. Yeah, there. He's not moving there and the guy's gone. No longer on the shoulder. Just stand there, holding the pose, looking like a champ. And yeah, just completely derping out. The guys do this, see how they're jumping around like that as well? They do that sometimes from time to time, but the biggest thing I've noticed with them is they will do it mainly when you're chasing down an enemy and they run past and try to attack them. Sometimes they try to run past, they don't make the run, and they'll do that little jiggy thing that they just did. So here, obviously we're bandaging Blood, and I can't move him. He's in that weird thing at the moment. I'm looking for the other guy. I was like, where did he go? But the way the game's been lately, if you drop unconscious guys, quite often they just take off into the sky. They can end up absolutely anywhere. And here I'm clicking like a madman, trying to move Blood, and he's just doing this little weird teleport around. So I've got Flick to come pick him up because that fixes most of this sort of stuff. So she picks him up, moves him a little bit, puts him down, and Blood's like, yeah, no, I'm not having any of that. He's still buggered up. So what I've actually done is, okay, I thought, well, I'll get Blood to pick up Flick. I've had this before where I've actually fix the guy up by moving him to another character and get them pick him up. But he wouldn't move, so I moved Flick back, and then Blood picks her up. And then I put Flick down, and Blood takes his normal pose, Flick stands up, and we can move again. So, with most little bugs and stuff in the game, it's just a matter of having a little bit of play, quite often, like, you know, open, closed doors, that sort of stuff. So worst case scenario, generally speaking, you pick your guy up. Otherwise, you know, there's nothing wrong saving and doing a quick reload, unless your guy's in an inaccessible area. And then, if that's the case, then you do reload your game with a reset squad position, and quite often they'll redistribute you in a town. I'm pretty sure, or it used to last time I did it. So now, because Blood's carrying the guy with the sore leg, I'm getting all the guys that have less strength. So Soto and Gil and all those guys that don't have much strength at the moment, and Flick, to actually pick up the stronger guys. So they're picking up the engineers, they're picking up Infinite Wing Wang, so that they can actually build a little bit of strength. You know, building your strength's kind of a good thing. And then we run off up the hill. And we start heading into Skinner's Rome. So we actually didn't make it to Skinner's Rome, but we're just about there. I mean, that's the door. Alright guys, anyway, this one's coming to an end. I've got another about 5 to go. So we'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, have fun.